evening, everybody. Welcome to Wittenberg University, Pam Evans Smith Arena. This is Dave Williams along with Sam Monachino. We've got NCAC men's basketball tonight. The Wittenberg Tigers going to host the Wabash Little Giants in a big game for the Tigers. You know, right now, as we talk about the tournament, the top four teams in the NCAC will host a game, and right now Worcester tops the conference at 8-1. Wabash is second, 7-1. Owu is third at 7-3, and then Wittenberg and Denison both tied at 5-3 for that four spot. However, Wittenberg has beaten Denison, so they do have a leg up on them there. But a big game tonight, and these teams played 47 days ago in Crawfordsville, and man, Wabash put a beating on Wittenberg, 101-73. But the funny thing is, Sam, Wittenberg shot 53% from the floor, 48% from beyond the arc, and still got beat by 28 points because Wabash shot 64% from the floor, 57% on threes, and they also shot 76% from the foul line. Wittenberg did falter at the foul line back then. They were only 2 for 12. But a big game tonight for the Tigers. They try and hang on to that four spot right now.
Well, I mean, that just shows you, Dave, how deceiving numbers can be, right? I mean, you put those numbers Wittenberg put up against the Little Giants last time they played, that's, you'd think, a win in most games. Yeah. But, I mean, as it showed, we saw an amazing weekend of football, right? And stats and all that stuff, and you can look at all sorts of numbers to boil games down to, but the most important number is always the final score, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And Wabash last time had a 28-point advantage over Wittenberg, and that's the only statistic that matters.
That's right. Hey, let's take a look at the starting lineups. I'll give you the starting line for the Little Giants. Starting the guard spot, a freshman from Fortville, Indiana, 6'3", Vinny Busella. He's averaging 3.4 points per game. Then starting at a guard slot, Jack Davison averages 23.8 points per game. He is a senior, 6'1", Fishers, Indiana. He is quite a sharpshooter. He averages almost 24 points a game. Kellen Schreiber averages 15 points a game. He's in a post, or I should say forward. He's a senior, 6'5", from Indianapolis. Tyler Watson is a guard, senior, 6'2", from Brownsburg, Indiana. He averages 16.4 points per game. And Amani Jones averages 13 points a game as a forward, a junior, 6'4", again, from Indianapolis. And we see some of these teams that have players from all different states. They have one player from Texas. Everybody else is homegrown Indiana. How about our Wittenberg Tigers?
We'll do that after the national anthem.
That's
Dave,
right, the national anthem. Get ready to start. All right, our national anthem. Our national anthem of Pam Evans Smith Arena. Now Sam Monachino had the starting lineup for the Wittenberg Tigers.
These are suspect to change, but as of right now, the starting lineup as last time, Josh Tolliver, the guard, freshman out of Springfield, Ohio, coming in with averaging 8.5 points. At the other guard position, Ridge Young, number 10 guard, averaging 10.5 points. The senior out of Laurelville, Ohio, Bryce Hill, the forward, comes in at 6'3", a junior, standing 6'5", out of Cincinnati. Trey Johnson in at the other forward center position. Johnson comes in averaging just about 2 points a game, a freshman from Centerville, Ohio. And rounding it out, senior Levi Betcher, number 31 from Urbana, Ohio.
Well, Sam, what a better thing than on a cold, chilly night to come out here and watch Wittenberg basketball.
I don't think that there is a better idea than putting winter sports inside. I don't know who had that idea, but whoever it was a genius.
I tell you what, this Wabash team off to having a great year. They are 12-3, 7-1 in conference play. Again, just a half game back of Worcester. And this is a team, if you're Wabash, you really want to make hay this year. But they're going to lose three pretty good seniors in Jack Davidson, Kellen Schreiber, and Tyler Watson. They've had great careers at Wabash.
Dave, I'm sure you know this, is there are certain teams, right? Like a lot of people look at this year's Georgia squad that just won the NCAA championship and said, if there's going to be a year that we can win, it's because of this senior leadership that's been able to grow. And Wabash is in that position at a 7-1 conference record, just behind the first place spot. So, I mean, Wabash is looking at this as a huge opportunity, and as Wittenberg, you should look at this as a huge test coming off of a 28-point deficit the last time these two teams played. It's kind of a measuring stick game for Wittenberg, and it's kind of a chance to really show your might if you're Wabash.
Kyle Brummett, the coach for Wabash in his 8th year. Of course, Matt Croce in his 6th year at Wittenberg. And both these teams are red and white. Now the Tigers playing in the white with a red trim tonight, and Wabash is in red with white trim, of course. And so we're about ready to get underway. Should be a good one here tonight in Pam Evans Smith Arena. If you're out and about, come on, stop in and see great Division III college basketball right here at Pam Evans Smith Arena. So the tip is going to belong to Wabash. Vinny Buscella gets it. He dishes off to Tyler Watson. Tyler Watson to Jack Davidson. Back to Monty Reese. So Monty Reese now with the drive. Monty Reese spins, turns, shot, no good. Rebound knocked around, come down with it. Josh Tolliver, Springfield product, with the basketball.
Dave, we were talking last game about how important it was that the guards got on the rebounding numbers. Great job right there from Josh Tolliver getting early on in that action.
And with the basketball, Trey Johnson to Ridge Young. Ridge Young with a drive, picks up his dribble. Levi Betcher, turnaround shot, no good. Off the front of the rim, ran down by Jack Davidson. Jack Davidson shot up in the lane, up and in. Jack Davidson.
Confident stroke right there from Davidson.
He is a terrific player. And now the Tigers, Jack Davidson knocked it out of bounds away from Ridge Young.
Something to look for, Dave, is last time I thought Wittenberg did a great job of establishing an offensive identity, and it was not playing through one singular player. It was having the offense initiated by multiple players getting different looks. I wonder if Coach Croce and this team have been working on that in practice to try and duplicate that today.
Yeah. And, you know, the last time these teams played, 4 of the 5 starters for Wabash scored in double figures. Bryce Hill, turnaround shot off the glass, no good. Tip, no good. Coming down with the rebound, Kellen Schreiber. Ahead to Tyler Watson, and then shot up and in.
Strong
by
take.
Amani Jones, excuse me. So 4-0. Amani Jones for that bucket. Ridge Young with the basketball. Into Trey Johnson. Trey Johnson out to Levi Betcher. 3 from right corner.
Great
up and
shot.
in.
Great
Levi
shot.
Betcher with a 3.
That's why you let your star players shoot, Dave. Last game, Levi Betcher struggled a little bit from the arc, and we said it was just barely missing the iron every single time. Off with a confident stroke to start today.
Jack Davidson with a nice drive. Blocked by Bryce Hill. What a great block from behind by Bryce Hill. I thought that was going to be an easy bucket for Jack Davidson, but Bryce Hill with a tremendous defensive play. Josh Tolliver out to Levi Betcher. Bryce Hill, 3 on the way, no good. Rebound Jack Davidson. He scored 24 points in that win back in December.
Wow.
Amani Jones and Kellen Schreiber each had 16. Shot put up, no good. Rebound Levi Betcher. Tyler Watson had 13. So 4 players. And Tigers last time, Landon Martin had 21 to lead him that day. Josh Tolliver, 3-pointer, rims in and out. Rebound, Amani Jones. And now driving, and a great play by Ridge Young to block the shot of Tyler Watson. Goes out of bounds. It will be Wabash basketball. Wabash on top 4-3. We're 16:59 to play here in the first half.
We saw two completely different types of blocks. Rich Young there, the wily veteran, knowing where to put his hands. That last one with Bryce Young was just pure athleticism. Bryce Hill.
Shot put up and in, and a foul on the Tigers. Kellen Schreiber gets the bucket. He's going to go to the line to try an old-fashioned three-point play.
Kellen Schreiber. Wittenberg foul number 23, Trey Johnson, his first.
Trey Johnson with a foul, first foul of the ball game.
Checking in for the Tigers number.
So Kellen Schreiber is going to be at the line for one free throw.
I like this sub for Harrison Goff. A bigger body, a little bit more sure of him, strength down in the low block. This Wabash team, they're two bigs. They're not the tallest guys on the field, but they are physical.
Harrison Goff in the lineup, three-point play. Kellen Schreiber completes it with that free throw hit, nothing but net. 7-3. Wittenberg on behind. Bryce Hill to Levi Betcher. I tell you what, Wabash plays pretty good defense too. They're right on you. Harrison Goff to Josh Tolliver. Josh will drive, but he's going to be fouled, and that foul's going to go against Kellen Schreiber.
With a team that plays defense like Wabash, movement off the ball is so important. The Tigers love to do this little pick and roll type action on multiple different locations on the court. The issue with that is they play such tight defense, it's almost impossible to find an angle to get to the rim.
Jesse Hall now into the lineup for Wabash. Josh Tolliver, three, left corner up and in. Josh Tolliver.
That was a great backdoor cut right there from Levi Betcher, and what that did was collapse that Wabash defense, allowing Tolliver to get a shot off.
Now 7-6, Tiger deficit at 1. Jack Davison with the basketball. Jack Davison with a drive. Reverse layup, no good. Levi Betcher with the rebound. Went in under, and then he tried to reverse it on the other side. Just rolled off the rim. Not a bad looking try, just didn't fall for him. Levi Betcher, bounce pass into Harrison Goff. Jesse Hall right on him.
Move.
Harrison Goff, turn around, left hand, up and in.
Great move by Harrison Goff.
Tigers have their first lead of this evening, 8-7. Tyler Watson with the basketball to Jack Davidson. Three-pointer up and in for Jesse Hall off the bench. And just like that, Wabash back on top 10-8.
The pick and pop game can be so hard, Dave, just because it puts those bigs in a tough spot out there on the arc.
Remember last time they played Wittenberg, they had 57% of their threes, and boy, Jesse Hall just nailed that one, just easy as can be. Ridge Young misses a layup. Jesse Hall with the rebound. Here come the Little Giants. They thought it was over and back, but it was not. Jesse Hall was still in the backcourt when he passed that. Three-pointer up and in, Tyler Watson. So 2 threes in a row. So they're off to a hot start again. 13-8. Josh Tolliver with a drive. Shot no good, but he is fouled. That's going to be fouling Amani Jones. Josh Tolliver going to go to the line for 2. I think by the time Josh Tolliver is a senior, he is going to be some player here for the Tigers.
Well, absolutely. I mean, when you can have the aggressiveness Tolliver has, but be still in control at this young of an age, it's very impressive, especially surrounded by, as we mentioned, if he's able to perform against a team like Wabash, full of senior leadership and great defensive team, that just shows you the amount of talent he has.
Hits the first free throw. By the way, on the other hand, Jesse Hall, he's only a freshman for Wabash, 6'8", and I think he'll probably be quite a player too.
Wow.
Okay, Josh Tolliver hits both free throws. Wittenberg back within 3, 13-10. In the game now, Jeff Queen comes in for Josh Tolliver. Jack Davison with the basketball. Tigers putting a little pressure on. Jack Davison in the front court now. Jesse Hall with a nice screen. Vinny Busella with the basketball. Or Busella, excuse me. Drive shot, no good. Ball batted around, coming down with a Ridge Young. That was Tyler Watson put the shot up.
Again, great job by Harrison Goff and Levi Betcher using their height to disrupt the shot.
14-10 left to play first half. Tigers down 13-10. Wabash is 2 for 2 on threes. Landon Martin down the line. Didn't see Landon come in. Drives. He does not score, but he is fouled by, looks like Jesse Hall is going to pick it up.
I think if Landon can really embrace this role coming off the bench, that would be a huge pickup for the Tigers when it comes to their rotations. Coming with 16 points off the bench really gives the second unit more of a punch than it would have given if he was in the starting lineup.
Landon Martin hits the first one. By the way, Wabash is 2 for 3 from beyond the arc. Wittenberg 2 of 4 from beyond the arc. Ed Reese Redmond in the lineup, sophomore. Also in the lineup, it looks like number 33, Sam Comer for Wabash. He also a sophomore. Landon Martin, second free throw. He hit them both. Nothing but net. Tigers down a point, 13-12, so they've scored the last 4. Wabash went on a 5-0 run. Now the Tigers on a 4-0 run. Jack Davidson with the basketball.
Oh, great move.
Jack Davidson wide open for a 3. No good. Rebound. Jeff Queen to Trey Killens. Trey Killens also in the lineup for the Tigers. Another good-looking freshman for Wittenberg. Harrison Goff with the basketball. To Landon Martin. Landon Martin starts a drive. Landon Martin layup up and in. Landon Martin. 4 off the bench now. The Tigers back on top by 14-13.
Great take.
Been a game of runs here early, Sam.
Well, that's what it is. I mean, you have great job keeping your dribble.
Wow, what
right
a great job by Tyler Watson. Goes through the lane and avoid getting that one poked away, and now Wabash has regained the lead again, 15-14. And now almost a steal. Great play by Levi Betcher. Knocked the ball over to Trey Killens. Trey Killens to Harrison Goff. Over to Landon Martin. Landon going to put up a 3. No good. And the ball's out of bounds. It's going to be Wabash basketball.
Gotta love having the crowd back in the game, don't you, Dave?
Yes.
Last year when it was plays like that and it was absolutely silent, it didn't feel right.
And I don't know. I think that's a bunch of Wabash kids over there making a lot of noise tonight.
Oh, no. That is the Wittenberg football team.
Is that the Wittenberg back there?
Yeah, I think they were getting excited about the falling down. They weren't as excited about the shot.
All right, gotcha. I thought maybe a crowd from Crawfordsville would come over. Jack Davidson with the basketball with a drive. In trouble. Dishes it out. 3 on the way. No good. That 3 put up by Ed Reese Redmond. Trey Killens to Levi Betcher. Back to Trey Killens. Trey Killens going to drive. Trey Killens shot up. In. Trey Killens. Yeah, you're right. It's definitely a Wittenberg crowd over there.
Well, this is the kind of things that we need more of, to be honest, on this campus.
Absolutely.
I can get into that for a whole spiel.
If you've been to Wabash before, their kids are tremendous.
Absolutely.
3-pointer on the way, up and in. Man, I tell you what, Tyler Watson, his second 3. And Wittenberg, they'll get a lead, and just in a heartbeat, Wabash is taking it back. 18-16.
That can be demoralizing too, Dave, because it's good defense. It's not like they're giving them wide open looks. You just kind of got to hope that they fall back to the median eventually.
Landon Martin with a drive in the lane. Turnaround shot's going to be short. Rebound comes down to Jack Davidson, and now Landon Martin picks up the foul. Again, this is a team, when they played Wittenberg 47 days ago, they hit 57% of their threes.
Unreal. But, I mean, you can obviously tell. I mean, they have a lot of confident shooters. So whenever they're hot, it's almost impossible to cool them off.
Well, they're 3 of 6 right now, 50%. Wittenberg 2 of 5.
Oh.
Now another, Trey Killens picks up a foul.
This is where the fouling comes into an issue, Dave. Is you mentioned it before, why foul halfway down the court when they're nowhere near. But, I mean, Trey Killens there, the freshman, trying to apply some pressure.
Coach didn't like that. He felt like that Tyler Watson pushed with his arm. Sam Comer inbounds. Wabash with Jack Davidson. Nice move. Goes in the lane. Little shot. Up and in. Smooth bucket for Jack Davidson. Tigers down 4. 10:58 to play first half. 20-16. Levi Betcher to Jeff Queen. Trey Killens almost had the ball stolen, but he gets it back. Trey Killens with the basketball. Trey Killens out to Landon Martin. 8 on the shot clock. Landon Martin bounce pass into Levi Betcher. Levi goes up for shot, and he is fouled right there by Ed Reese Redmond.
Wabash foul number 12, Ed Reese Redmond, his first.
So it's going to be his first foul. Getting ready to check back in for the Tigers. Looks like Josh Tolliver's coming in. Also Ridge Young. And also Trey Johnson. Free throw away. Levi Betcher up and in.
Did you mention Daniel Asher?
Yes, Daniel in now.
Yeah, Daniel Asher coming in for Harrison Goff.
Okay, Daniel Asher's in. You're right. Miss that. So let's set. We've got Ridge Young, Bryce Hill, Josh Tolliver, Daniel Asher, and Levi Betcher out there for the Tigers. Got Jack Davidson, Ed Reese Redmond, Tyler Watson, Jesse Hall, and Sam Comer out there for Wabash. Hits them both. 20-18 now, Tigers down 2. Jack Davidson with the basketball. Nice drive, Jack Davidson, easy layup. Oh, it fell off the rim. You're not going to see him miss too many layups.
I mean, he has an amazing way of getting into the paint, though.
Ridge Young scores, but it's not going to count because there's an offensive foul on the Tigers, on Bryce Hill. So take away that tying bucket. Yeah, he just looks so smooth when he drives the lane.
And I think it's deceptively quick because he can go from 0 to 60 in basically a dribble, which is so rare.
6'1" senior from Fishers, Indiana. He's got the basketball right now. Out front to Amani Jones. Vinny Busella back in the lineup. Nice play by Levi Betcher. Knocked the ball away from Kellen Schreiber. Schreiber was making a move down low, but Levi knocked it out of bounds. 13 on the shot clock. Plenty of time to get a shot off. Exactly 10 minutes left to play here in the first half. Tigers down 20-18. Three-pointer on the way. No good. That one put up by Jack Davidson. Rebound Tigers. Ridge Young with the basketball.
Funny thing about that one, that was probably his best look.
Yeah. Ridge Young. Tigers down 2, and they have the ball. Levi Betcher into Daniel Asher. Daniel Asher making a move. Turnaround 14-footer. No good. Rebound comes down to Kellen Schreiber. Kellen Schreiber over to Jack Davidson. Davidson is fouled by Daniel Asher. That's going to be the 15th foul on Wittenberg. 4 on Wabash.
We talk about it a lot, Dave. We saw it with Levi Betcher on the other end. Aggressive offense leads to calls from the ref. You know, even if it's not the right call, it gets the ref's attention more, and it earns those calls.
A nice pass by Jack Davidson to Kellen Schreiber with the easy bucket. And 22-18, Wabash lead grows. Bryce Hill, 3 on the way, no good. Rebound, Kellen Schreiber to Tyler Watson. Tyler Watson, nice move in the lane. Now it picks up his dribble out to Kellen Schreiber. He thought about a 3. Tyler Watson, pass in bounds. Shot put up off the glass and in by Amani Jones. Tigers going to call a timeout. They trail now by 6, 24-18. That's their biggest deficit of the evening so far. Coming back in line is going to be Ed Reese Redmond after the timeout for Wabash. 8:47 left to play here in the first half, and right now Tigers hanging in there, but Wabash really has a lot of talent.
That is obvious, but you look at the Tigers right now. Okay, they've gone on about I want to say, 7-0 run? I believe we had an 18-17 lead. They've gone a little bit of a run here. Offense is kind of sputtering, and that's when it's so important to stay with your principles on the defensive end and not try and make the wow steal or something like that, because what we've seen is, someone leaves their assignment, and then you're left with Ridge Young matched up with one of the forwards of Wabash down on the low post. Well, Ridge Young's a great player, but he's not going to be able to body the strength of those Wabash players. So it's so important to stay true to your defensive assignments when your offense is sputtering, because if you lose your defense, especially with a team like Wabash, they're going to start running it up on you, and there's nothing your offense can do about it.
Original starting 5 out there for the Tigers. Now we have a foul underneath. It's going to be on Ed Reese-Redmond. That's going to be his second foul. Foul number 5 on Wabash.
His second, team fifth.
Ridge Young going to inbound for the Tigers. Jack Davidson out for a rest right now for Wabash. Josh Tolliver inside to Trey Johnson. Trey Johnson makes a move in the lane. Turnaround shot going to be short, but he is fouled. Foul number 6, but it's going to be a shooting foul for Trey Johnson. Fouls on Kellen Schreiber, his second. Kellen Schreiber doesn't like it.
Team six.
I don't know if anyone in the building loves anything that just happened there, to be honest with you, Dave. I know that coming out of a timeout like that, you hope to see the shot you get not be a low post fadeaway, because that is one of the hardest shots in basketball to take. But again, aggressiveness by Trey Johnson to get down in the paint and take on those Wabash defenders leads off with a foul. So and the Wabash crowd is not happy about the call.
Free throw up and in by Trey Johnson. I thought the official was pretty good. He let Schreiber talk to him for quite a while. And then the coaches talk to him too, so they're trying to work on the official, but a lot of times that doesn't work.
I think it's all about respect.
Yeah.
You know, I think that if a player comes to a ref and is animated but still shows a good amount of respect, I think that a ref, it's their job to have a conversation with
The
them.
last time these two teams played, Wittenberg had a terrible game at the foul line, 2 for 12. Right now, the Tigers 8 for 8 from the foul line.
That'll work.
Drive down the lane, up and in. Jesse Hall back in the lineup. And he scores, and the Wabash lead back at 6 at 26-20. Levi Betcher with the basketball. To Josh Tolliver. Over to Bryce Hill. To Ridge Young. Ridge Young with a dribble. Ridge Young bounce pass. Trey Johnson. Trey Johnson makes a move in the lane. Has it knocked away. Bryce Hill, three-pointer, left wing, no good. Rebound. Fought for and coming up with it. Now fouling Trey Johnson. So Trey Johnson got frustrated that time. He couldn't get the rebound, and then he fouled Amani Jones. This is going to be 6 fouls on each team now. So next time a team fouls, somebody's going to go to the line for 1 and 1, unless it's an offensive foul. We still have 7:39 to play in the first half. Wabash up by 6. Now we have a whistle, and it's going to be a foul on Wittenberg, and that's who's going to go to the line. Is that Jack Davidson? I'm trying
Jack
to
Davidson, yep.
Probably not the guy you want to foul. Well, as soon as I say it, he misses a free throw.
Announcer jinx.
Yeah, that was off the front of the rim. He really didn't get I'm sure he'd like to have that one back. That wasn't even close going in. It was just, that was a short one. Ridge Young with a drive. Nice block by Jack Davidson. Bounce pass ahead. Vinny Buscella missed the layup. Great pass by Davidson. Now it's Josh Tolliver, 2-on-1, Wittenberg. Tolliver now, great play by Davidson. But Levi Betcher gets it back and he can't score. So a lot of action there, but no scoring for either team.
Dave, that reminds me a lot of last game when we had a 4-on-1 break and somehow Kenyon scored. I believe it was Kenyon.
Yeah, we threw it away, I think. And Jack Davidson, nice drive.
Wow.
Shot is blocked. Bryce Hill, that's a good call. Bryce Hill he had not established himself back in bounds yet. And official right there, it's a good call. It's Wabash basketball. It's a good block. Landon Martin and Jeff Queen back in lineup. Bryce Hill and Josh Tolliver are going to take a rest. 6:40 left to play in the first half. Glad you're with us tonight. Dave Williams, Sam Monachino coming to you from Pam M. Smith Arena. Shot up and in. Great pass to Amani Jones. Easy layup. And now an 8-point lead for Wabash, their biggest of the first half. Jeff Queen with the basketball. To Landon Martin. Landon Martin. To Jeff Queen. Jeff Queen with the basketball. Jeff Queen, turnaround shot, up and in. Nice shot by Jeff Queen. Now, an 8-footer had a man right in his face, but he nailed it. Tiger back within 6, 28-22. Jack Davidson. Over to Jesse Hall. Jesse Hall makes a move. Jesse Hall, turnaround shot. No good. Rebound, Levi Betcher.
The fact Jeff Queen was able to just stand up there to Jesse Hall was very impressive. That is a 6-foot man going against 6'8".
Landon Martin, what a great spin move in the lane. Lays it up off the glass. Wittenberg back within 4, 28-24. Now we have an offensive foul. So give the ball back to Wittenberg. And that was on Jesse Hall. And remember I said this won't be a shooting foul because it's an offensive foul. It's foul number 8 on Wabash. I think it's foul number 8. They're just showing, maybe it's only 7. They're showing 7 on the board. Ridge Young with the basketball to Landon Martin. Landon Martin with another nice drive. Spin move in the lane. Shot up and in. He's fouled and he scores. Landon Martin with 8 points off the bench. Going to try and get the old-fashioned three-point play.
That's why having that scoring threat off the bench is so important, Dave. And Landon Martin doing his role to perfection right now.
Less than a minute ago, the Tigers are down 8. If he hits this, it'll be a 1-point deficit. No, too strong. So Tigers on a 6-0 run. That's a Tigers' first miss at the foul line. Pass to Vinny Buscella. Buscella off his hands out of bounds. Vinny Buscella tried to get it. Just a little too far for him. Tigers can tie it, take the lead with a 3. 28-26. Landon Martin with the basketball. Landon Martin going to put up a 3. No good off the back of the rim. Ball knocked around. Levi Betcher gets it. Knocked away. Landon Martin saves it to Levi Betcher. Levi has it stolen. Good play right there by Vinny Buscella. Wabash very active on the defensive end too, much like the Tigers. Jack Davison with the basketball. Vinny Buscella with it. Over to Amani Jones, to Tyler Watson. To Jesse Hall. Jesse Hall going to drive, stop, pop, short shot up and in. Tyler Watson with a bucket.
Good job right there from Wabash getting back into their offensive system, especially when it felt like the Tigers were gaining momentum in this game.
So that stops a 6-0 run for the Tigers. 30-26. 4 minutes left to play first half. It's been a good one. Over to Jeff Queen. Jeff Queen to Harrison Goff back in line for the Tigers. Landon Martin, right creep behind the back dribble. Goes in for an easy layup. Wow, 10 points for Landon Martin off the bench. He was a big scorer for the Tigers off the bench Saturday.
What a move. Put that on Talking Stripes.
30-28 Wabash. Now another offensive foul on Vinny Buscella. Now give the ball back to the Tigers. Foul number 9. So now if Wabash would foul, Wittenberg's going to be shooting 2. 19 fouls on Wabash, 17 fouls on Wittenberg. Idris Redmond back in lineup. He takes the place of Vinny Buscella. Also leaving the lineup is Jesse Hall. And Sam Comer in there. Sam Comer, Idris Redmond, Tyler Watson, Jack Davidson, and Amani Jones. Jeff Queen with the basketball. Jeff Queen picks up his dribble to Levi Betcher. Nice bounce pass, but gets away from Harrison Goff. Turnover. Tyler Watson head. Jack Davison 3 on the way. Up and in. Jack Davison, as soon as that left his hand, that looked good.
That's why turnover is so important for the Tigers, especially going forward in this game. If we keep it close, this team's good enough to hit those transition threes and get into the paint.
Yeah, in the blink of an eye, Tigers are down 2. Now they're down 5. Levi Betcher, nice spin move. Goes in for reverse layup, up and in. Levi Betcher. 33-30, Tigers down 3 with 2:35 left to play. First half. Tyler Watson with the basketball. Tyler Watson. Nice drive. Shot put up and in by Amani Jones. He hit the deck. Good bucket, 35-30. Levi Betcher to Landon Martin. Landon Martin to Jeff Queen. Now we have a foul, and it's going to be on number 33, Sam Comer. So Harrison Goff's going to go to the line for 2 free throws for the Tigers with 2:04 left to play in the first half.
Harrison there was trying to get position there on the low block. Comer tried to keep him from getting to the spot. I honestly thought that it was both Goff and Comer kind of giving physicality. Ref saw it the other way.
By the way, Wabash 4 for 8 from beyond the arc, so 50%. Good free throw up and in, Harrison Goff. Tigers back within 4, 35-31. Free throw up and in.
Free throws, Dave. That's exactly what you said at the beginning of the game. Tigers at least shooting above 20% today.
Yeah, they've only missed 1 free throw. They're actually 10 for 11. Tigers down 3, 35-32. Foul on Landon Martin on Jack Davidson. And I don't think you're going to. Let's see how Jack Davidson, he nailed that 3 last time. He did miss his first free throw. Like I said, I'm sure he wanted that back. He didn't get much arch on it. It was hit the front of the rim. Ridge Young back in line for Landon Martin. Minute 52 to play, first half. Wabash making the trip from Crawfordsville, Indiana today. Free throw on the way, up and in. Front end of the 1-and-1 is hit. Wabash lead at 4 for the Little Giants, 36-32. Looking for 5 here. Free throw up and in, nothing but net. And now the Tigers going to take it, Wabash going to take a timeout with a minute 52 to play in the first half. 37-32 Wabash right now. Right now the Tigers they've had a couple leads, and each time they got the lead by a point, they didn't have, I think, 30 seconds. Wabash came down and scored. But they're hanging in there. They're staying right here.
That's what the goal has to be of every team when you're going up against a team where they are ahead of you in the standings, or possibly what people view as ahead of you in talent, is you just want to keep it close throughout the entire game, because especially when other teams are on the road, their palms get a little sweatier. It gets a little harder to concentrate when you have a great crowd, which you have to give a lot of credit to. I see multiple sports being shown in the crowd today, which is awesome to see the Tigers supporting one another. But with a team like Wabash, who is obviously talented on all levels of the court, it's really important for the Tigers that every time Wabash has a run, you match it, if not exceed it, because Wabash will go on another one, right? Like, this is not a team that's going to go away. So it's just important that the Tigers, and I know Coach Croce's probably stressing this right now, just keep with it, keep pounding, and keep with our fundamentals on the offensive and defensive ends.
All right, so we've got 1:52 left to play here in the first half. Wittenberg trails 37-32 Little Giants. Be on defense. For the Little Giants, it's Jack Davison, Ed Reese Redmond, Tyler Watson, Amani Jones, and Sam Comer out there. For Tigers, Jeff Queen, Josh Tolliver, Ridge Young, Harrison Goff, and Levi Betcher. Ridge Young with the basketball, Levi Betcher. Over to Josh Tolliver. Josh, back to Ridge Young. Ridge Young averages over 10 points a game, is yet to score today. Landon Martin, Josh Tolliver, 3 on the way, no good. Rebound comes down to Monty Jones. Minute 25 to play in the first half. 37-32. Wabash on top. Their biggest lead has been at 8. Monty Jones, nice drive, nice dish off to Sam Comer. What a great pass by Amani Jones. 7-point lead for the Little Giants. Josh Tolliver. Over to Jeff Queen. Jeff Queen. Over to Harrison Goff, to Ridge Young. Ridge Young going to drive in the lane. Out to Jeff Queen. Over to Ridge Young, 3 on the way. No good off the front of the rim, or side of the rim. Ball ran down by Tyler Watson. 40 seconds to play in the first half. Tyler Watson has knocked away by Jeff Queen. Gets it back. 33 seconds to play. Tyler Watson going to stop, pop, 10-footer, no good, rebound, Jeff Queen. Shot clock off now. 24 seconds to play in the first half. I think the Tigers be content to play for one here. They get the ball to start the second half. Wabash got the tip, and there were no held balls in the first half. 8 seconds to play. Ridge Young. Ridge Young going to drive. Ridge Young shot with left hand, up and in off the glass. And so that makes your halftime score. The Wabash Little Giants 39 and the Wittenberg Tigers 34. Sam, your thoughts of that first half?
Well, going back to that last possession, I'd be upset if I was Wabash with how easy that Ridge Young layup looked, because this whole game they've kept him in check, and if you can keep one of your leading scorers in check the entire half, you don't want to get him confident before the end of the half. That was a very easy pick and roll action he just did there with Harrison Goff. Looked really good. Hopefully the Tigers can build on that. And as for Wabash, I think that when you have a team, unselfish basketball, I would say, Dave. Like that player had a wide open lane to the basket, but he knew that was going to draw the attention of both players, leaving the player on the block wide open. Beautiful give pass, bounce pass in between the two players for an easy layup. That's the kind of stuff the Wittenberg Tigers are just going to have to deal with and accept, and then move on to and try and play that effective on their offensive end, and hope the Wabash Little Giants can settle for those mid-range jumpers that the Tigers have found success defending.
And it's hard just to concentrate on Jack Davidson because you've got 4 players averaging double figures. You can't forget Kellen Schreiber, Tyler Watson, or Monty Jones. And Vinny Busilla does a great job on the floor for him also. Hey, let's take a look at the individual scoring. Then we're going to take a break, and we'll come back with about 2 minutes prior to the start of the second half and run down the team numbers. But individual scoring in the first half for Wabash. Sam Comer had 2. Jesse Hall and Kellen Schreiber 5 each. Monty Jones 8. Jack Davidson 9. And Tyler Watson led the way with 10 points in the first half. For the Tigers, 2 points each for Trey Johnson, Trey Killens, Ridge Young, and Jeff Queen. 4 points for Harrison Goff. 5 points for Josh Tolliver. 7 points for Levi Betcher. And leading the way for the Tigers off the bench with 10 points in the first half is Landon Martin. So for Sam Monachino and Dave Williams, we're here at Pam Evans Smith Arena. It's halftime. We're going to be back in about 11 and a half minutes, and we'll run down the team numbers once again. Your score here at halftime, Wabash 39, Wittenberg 34. We'll be back in about 11 minutes. Welcome back here to Pam Evans Smith Arena. It's halftime. We're about a minute and a half away from the start of the second half. Let's take a look at the team numbers in the first half for Wabash. They were 16 of 30 from the field for 53%. Wittenberg 11 of 26 for 42%. So again, the last time these two teams played, Wabash was 64% from the field. They're 11% less, but they're still 53% great shooting. 4 for 8 beyond the arc, 50%. Again, great percentage. Wittenberg just 2 of 10 from beyond the arc. Wabash has hit 3 of 4 free throws, 75%. Wittenberg has been 10 of 11 for 91%. But listen to this, Sam. Turnovers, only 3 for Wabash, only 4 for Wittenberg. But the 4 Wittenberg turnovers, they turned into 7 points for Wabash.
Well, that just shows you how skilled this Wabash team is in the offensive open court. Fast break points, Dave, are so important when it comes to separating good teams, right? It's, can you capitalize off of the other good team's mistakes? We have 2 really good teams here on the court. It's a matter of which ones can stay out of their own way, and then when you can get that one team to slip up, you have to be able to capitalize. We saw Wabash hit a transition 3, right? When you have a player who is as confident as Jack Davidson to be able to pull up from 3 when you have an open lane, I mean, that is hard to beat if you're Wittenberg in a half-court set, let alone if you're on a fast break. So limiting those are huge.
By the way, Wittenberg has just 2 points off the Wabash turnovers. Rebounds, Wittenberg leads 15-14. Wittenberg had 1 offensive rebound in the first half. Wabash had none. Assists, Wabash 7, Wittenberg 2. Blocks, Wittenberg 3, Wabash 1. 2 steals for Wabash, none for Wittenberg. Bench points, Wittenberg all over that, 18-7. Second chance points, Wabash 3, Wittenberg nothing. Points in the paint, Wabash on top 24-18. And fast break points, Wabash leads 3-0. Okay, second half underway. Ridge Young with the basketball for the Tigers. Its original starting 5 back in there. And now fouling Jack Davidson. Nice bounce pass by Levi Betcher. He stopped what he thought was going to be a sure layup. So it's probably a good foul.
Right there, Dave, though. You mentioned 2 first-half assists for the Tigers, and I think that's really what separated the offenses of Wabash and Wittenberg, with the ability to pass their guys open. Right there, a beautiful start. Would have led to a wide-open Trey Johnson layup if not for that foul.
Lob pass into Trey Johnson, and he bounced it, went off the rim. Rebound Wabash. Pass was a little too high. 3-pointer on the way. Jack Davidson, right corner, up and in. And so all of a sudden the Tigers down 8 again, 42-38.
If he can hit it in the transition game, he can definitely hit it with no one in his face, standing perfectly platformed.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to let him be wide open like that. Nobody within 10 feet of him. Ridge Young with the basketball. Ridge Young with a drive. Shot up off the glass, no good. Rebound comes down. Vinny Buscella with it. Vinny Buscella to Jack Davidson. Jack Davidson, nice drive. Dishes out. Monty Jones, 3 on the way. Counted. Monty Jones. Amani Jones. And now all of a sudden the Tigers down 11, 45-34. First double-digit lead of the ball game.
We talked about this in the first half, though, Dave. It's Wittenberg knows Wabash is going to go on the runs. It's how they respond. You just can't welter.
Bryce Hill with the basketball. Bryce Hill still looking for his first points of the game. And just as we say that, Bryce Hill nails a 3. So Tigers back within 8, 45-37.
Interesting call right there with a timeout, Dave. What do you think of that?
Yeah, and I have my head down. Was that Wabash you called, or was that Wittenberg?
That was Wittenberg.
Okay, so I think he wants to get his team in gear on the defensive end, because, you know, when you look at Jack Davison wide open, and I think he wants him to be a little more aggressive on defense.
That's definitely something, though, interesting, Dave. I feel like we're going to compare this game a lot to the last one, just to see how far this Wittenberg team's come when it comes to being able to compete with a team like this. I feel like, again, the numbers, though, are not bad at all when it comes to, you know, like if you look at just purely the Wittenberg stats when it comes to free throw, field goal percentage, 3-point percentage. Again, though, it's just not reflecting on the scoreboard because of that potent Wabash offense.
Tyler Watson with the basketball brings it up court. Tyler Watson to Jack Davidson. Davidson has it poked away, but he gets it back. Jack Davidson, the Wiley senior, with the basketball. Over to Amani Jones. Amani Jones with a nice drive. Stop, pop off the glass, up and in. He's now double figures with 10. They have got some smooth-looking players. I mean, again, 4 of their starters averaging double figures.
Imani Jones is deceptively quick, too. I don't know if you've noticed that, Dave. There's been sometimes he's gotten the ball in the high post and has been able to get to the paint with relative ease.
Levi Betcher misses a shot. Imani Jones with a rebound. Ahead to Tyler Watson. Tyler Watson, bounce pass inside. Kellen Schreiber. Kellen Schreiber, shot up and in. Kellen Schreiber. Tigers down 13. Oh, and there's a foul also, so Kellen Schreiber's going to go to the line for 1. By the way, make it 12. The Tigers are down 12, 49-37. Landon Martin back in the lineup for the Tigers. He sparked the Tigers in the first half with 10 points off the bench.
Well, I think now is the best time to put in that scoring option, especially when you feel like this game is kind of teetering. Great play right there from Schreiber, though.
Kellen Schreiber free throw rims out. So Tigers down 12. 49-37. Ridge Young with the basketball. Ridge Young, still a lot of time in this ball game. Ridge Young, pass is stolen away by Tyler Watson. Down to Schreiber. Schreiber up and scores again. Again, he's fouled. For the second trip in a row, he's going to get a chance for a three-point play. Sam Comer in the lineup for Amani Jones. Harrison Goff in the lineup for Trey Johnson. So Kellen Schreiber with a second consecutive trip to the foul line. If he hits this free throw, he'll be in double figures with 10. Jack Davison with 12. And he does hit the free throw. So he now has 10 points. Amani Jones has 10 points. And Tyler Watson has 10 points. So all 4 of those starters are, we talk about averaging double figures. They're all in double figures already. That's what makes this team so tough. You can't concentrate on just one player. They have so many good offensive threats.
Well, I think that's been Wittenberg's problem today compared to what we saw last game, where it seemed like a lot of people got in on the offensive action. Today, it's really just been Landon Martin as the only consistent player.
Tyler Watson picked up a foul for Wabash. Wittenberg with the basketball. Landon Martin shot up and in. So Landon Martin picking up where he left off in the first half. Tigers down 13. They were down 15. It's been their biggest deficit. Wabash type team doesn't look like anything ruffles their feathers. Tyler Watt, nice bounce pass. Kellen Schreiber up and in.
This is remarkable from Kellen Schreiber, though, here in this second half of action.
He's already got 7 points here in the second half. Landon Martin to Bryce Hill. Pass inside to Harrison Goff. Harrison Goff turn around off the glass up and in.
Great
nice move by Harrison Goff.
Harrison's been working on that for so long at his time here in Wittenberg. To see it really paying off for him, his ability to, he's a big man, Dave. I don't know if you've ever stood next to Harrison, but him being able to really use his body is going to be huge going forward if the Tigers want to have an NCAC push.
54-41, three-pointer Vinny Busilla. No good. We're going to have a jump ball, and it will be Wabash possession.
Jump ball possession, Wabash.
All right, Jeff Queen coming in the lineup.
Checking for Wittenberg, number 0.
He's coming in for Levi Betcher, so Tigers going a little smaller. Jeff Queen in there. 15:54 to play. 54-41. Wabash with the lead. Jack Davison puts up a three. Going to be woefully short on that one. I don't know if somebody tipped that or what. We had a stop and play. I don't know what that was for.
Maybe clock malfunction?
I think it is. Yeah, there's some kind of problem with the clock. Well, I think when they put that shot up, it didn't hit the rim. I don't know where they 17 seconds, all right. Play back underway. Jack Davidson in the corner. Sam Comer going to drive. Sam Comer shot up off the glass, up and in. Sam Comer with a bucket. And back to a 15-point lead for Wabash.
What's amazing about this lineup is each of these 5 players can create space for themselves. You very rarely see that.
Bryce Hill, three is short off the front of the rim. Tyler Watson going to put up a three. No good. Landon Martin with a rebound. Some of their shots look so good, I thought that was going in. Landon Martin with a drive shot put up no good, but he's fouled by Vinny Busilla. And it's going to be out of bounds. They say it's before the shot.
This third, team third.
It's third foul on Busilla. Ed Reese Redmond getting ready to come back in the lineup, the next dead ball for Wabash. Landon Martin to Jeff Queen. Jeff Queen over to Bryce Hill. Over to Landon Martin. Landon Martin's going to drive, put up a shot in the lane, no good off the back of the rim. Got his own rebound, put it up and in. Wow, he had three Wabash players around him, and he was able to get the rebound.
Great game right now from Landon. Really giving it his all out there.
56-43. Kellen Schreiber to Jack Davidson. Jack Davidson with the basketball. 14:28 to play in the ball game. Wabash up 56-43. Kellen Schreiber again. Kellen Schreiber been going to work this half. He scores. Nice move. Turn, shot off the glass. He's got 9 points this half. Jeff Queen with the basketball back to a 15-point spread. The biggest for Wabash. Ridge Young. Ridge Young bounce pass to Jeff Queen. Jeff Queen drives, shot, scores, but it's not going to count. Again, a foul before the shot's put up. Tyler Watson picks it up. It's his second foul. Ed Reese Redmond back in a ball game along with Amani Jones. Sam Comer comes out along with Vinny Busilla. Landon Martin with the basketball. Landon kicks it off. Ridge Young three from left corner. Count it. Ridge Young. Tigers want to get back in this game. They're going to need a few more of those.
Well, absolutely. But great job there from Landon Martin, knowing with how hot he is from the offensive end, being able to kind of attract that defensive attention and leave a sharpshooter like Ridge Young open in the corner. Very heads-up play there between the two seniors.
Timeout by Wabash. 13:40 left to play in our ball game. 58-46. If you missed it, the women's game was originally supposed to be played before this one. Got canceled because of COVID protocol from DePaul. So the Wittenberg women did not play today. By the way, basketball for the men. Let's see if we've got the schedule coming up here. All right, the next men's game will be at Oberlin Saturday at 3 o'clock. And then at Denison on the 2nd of February. And then Kenyon a week from Saturday. How about by the way, I'm sure with you being a big football fan, you love those games this weekend. And if you're a Bengal fan, and again, I'm a Browns fan, but my hat's off the Bengals. They get a big win on there. And I picked them to win. I thought they would win. I only got 2 games right this weekend. I picked Cincinnati and I picked Kansas City. I didn't think I was going to get the Kansas City game. That is still the most amazing thing. They score with 13 seconds to play.
You know, Dave,
with 13 seconds left, I should say.
One of the hardest things about getting into this broadcasting thing is everything you say is permanent. It's always on air.
Yes.
So everyone can go back and check that I went an astounding 1 for 3 on calling the games right, which I pride myself on calling the games right. But I mean, it was the greatest weekend of football I've ever seen, to be honest.
It was unbelievable. All right, Wabash with the basketball back. 13:33 left to play. Ed Reese Redmond with a drive. Ed Reese Redmond with a left-hand layup up and in. Ed Reese Redmond, his first bucket of the ball game. He showed a little speed there. And it's a 14-point lead for Wabash, 60-46. 13:15 left to play in our ball game. Bryce Hill to Jeff Queen, 3 on the way, no good off the back of the rim. Rebound, Kellen Schreiber. Jack Davidson to Ed Reese Redmond. Nice steal by Jeff Queen.
That is a great play. When you're a guard matched up on one of those bigger forwards, using your speed to maybe get ahead of the ball is a great tactic used by Chris Paul. Made it a huge point of emphasis in the NBA.
Now an offensive foul on Jeff Queen. Wabash 16 of 30 from the field, 53%. Wittenberg 11 of 26, 42%. Still, Wabash still 4 of 8 from beyond the arc. Wittenberg still 2 of 10. I don't know if the stats have been updated because they still show 15 to 14 in rebounds. So it was at halftime. Jack Davison, little contact there, no call. The ball's loose. Give it to Tyler Watson. He lays it up off the glass and in. So I guess you call them the Fantastic Four for Wabash. They're all in double figures. I mean, they average in double figures.
What amazes me, Dave, is when you're looking at this team is in the first half, I didn't think I'd seen a player like Jack Davidson.
Landon Martin, nice drive, missed the layup.
And then you come out in the second half, and I think this Kellen Schreiber might be their most dangerous player.
Well, what I was going to say, Kellen Schreiber is going to score that off a great assist by Tyler Watson. But I'm going to tell you, Kellen Schreiber, Tyler Watson, Amani Jones, Jack Davison, I think any 4 of those players could take over a game if they had to.
It's amazing. I mean, to have and to see it build through a program like this, like Wabash has done, is something you have to commend this entire program and coaching staff for.
And this Wittenberg team's getting better, I think. But right now they're down 18, 64-46.
I think that's just what you see when you see cohesion. You know what I mean? Like, they've been together for a very long time, as you mentioned. This is an important year for Wabash. There's a lot of great players going into their final year of eligibility where they can see the light at the end of the tunnel and they know that they have the requisite talents to make a run.
Well, here's the thing. Sometimes you have a team that has that really one great player, and if he has an off night, you're in trouble. With Wabash, they've got 4 solid offensive players. If one guy's having an off night, what's the chances all 4 guys are going to have an off night?
Well, no, and even off halves sometimes kill teams. You know what I mean, Dave? Like, if you're a team relying on one player's offensive production and they have an off half, an off substitution period, sometimes your offense sputters and you can't build that momentum back. But today we've seen it. I mean, like I said, Kellen Schreiber was kind of a non-factor there in the first half, and you saw the guards with Jack Davidson and Tyler Watson really taking over. Well, here in the second half, it's been huge from Amani Jones and Kellen Schreiber, and then you have people coming off the bench like Edrisy Redmond, that look like they could start for most teams in the NCAC. I mean, it's just a very impressive team they've compiled.
Well, I can tell you why. It looks like the computer's just like frozen up or something. There we go. Now let me get the men up here. I was looking and I said, well, gee, the stats weren't coming up. Levi Betcher in the lane, shot up, no good. Rebound comes down. Damani Jones. Yeah, it's not opening up for someone.
Wow.
Back the other way. Kellen Schreiber with another bucket. He's got 18 points. Back the other way, Jeff Queen.
Great
up and
job,
in.
Jeff. I mean, whenever a player single-handedly outscores an entire team to start a half, you know it's going to be a good half for whatever team that one player's on, and that is exactly what Kellen Schreiber's been doing.
All right, the rest of the game, I'm going to have to wait till they bring the stats up because... All right, Landon Martin with the basketball, 10:45 to play, 18-point lead. 66-48. Maybe I'll try and get someone next break. Shot put up, no good by Landon Martin. Rebound comes down. 2 else, Kellen Schreiber. Oh, you got the stats. Okay, we'll let you keep it. I don't know what's going on. Mine, it just went off. Amani Jones up and in. Amani Jones now. He's got 12 points.
You can tell the kind of satisfaction Wabash takes in these types of games against Wittenberg. I mean, these are 2 very storied universities going at it. Both red W's. We got to get that fixed, NCAC.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, whenever these 2 teams get together, whether it be basketball, football, baseball, it's going to be a competitive game. And, whenever one team can kind of run up the score, I don't think they do it maliciously, but I think they definitely savor the moment.
Okay, Tigers down 20 now, 68-48, but Landon Martin's at the line for 2, and he hits the first one. Daniel Asher and Trey Killen's back in the lineup. It's 15 points now for Landon Martin. Sam's going to keep an eye on the stats for us, as for some reason my iPad is not working. Can't get the stats up. All right, Jack Davidson with the basketball. Jack Davidson with a drive, and we're going to have a charge on Jack Davidson. Trey Killens takes it. Jack Davidson hit pretty hard. Hopefully he's all right. We don't see any of these kids get hurt.
Especially in a game like this. It is obviously not over, but you never want to see an injury in a game that is extremely close.
Bryce Hill back in for Landon Martin. I think they might have been complaining that they might have thought Trey Killens was in the semicircle, but I don't know if he was or not. But official called a charge right away. 68-49, Wittenberg down 19 points, 9:50 to play in our ball game. Daniel Asher. Tigers are down 5 at the break. Jeff Queen stops, pops, shot up
Great
and in.
shot.
Jeff Queen, nice shot. Jeff with 6 points off the bench now. Tigers back within 17, 68-51.
Still a pretty clean game. Only 6 turnovers for the Tigers, 5 for the Little Giants, Dave. But big difference now is 61% from the field for Wabash, 41% for the Tigers.
Shot no good by Jesse Hall, who's back in lineup for Wabash. Trey Killens with a nice drive. Looked like he might have got away with a shove on Jesse Hall, but Trey Killens scores his second bucket of the game. He's a good-looking young player. I like Killens.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, all of these young guards are very impressive, and if we can get Trey Johnson going in that forward center position, and Daniel Asher, obviously a sophomore, but a lot of promise, Tigers are set. It's just when you're going up against a team like Wabash, you gotta have your seniors come out and compete at a high level.
Ed Reese Redmond puts up a 3, no good. Rebound. Daniel Asher can't keep it. Right back to Jesse Hall, who doesn't score, but he is fouled. He's going to go to the line for 2.
I just can't get over Jesse Hall is only a freshman.
I know.
6'8", looking like that.
He looks good, doesn't he?
We talked about it last game, Dave, where, you know, a lot of these young freshman bigs come in and they really haven't filled out their bodies yet. Well, Hall does not have that problem.
He misses a free throw, though. He's
Checking in for Wabash, number 33, Sam Comer.
Sam Comer back in lineup, going to take the place of Amani Jones. 8:34 to play. 15-point lead, make it 16-point lead. Jesse Hall hits that one.
Also back in for Wabash, number 11, Kellen Schreiber.
Kellen Schreiber back in lineup. What a game he's had. Trey Killens with a drive in the lane. Boy, it looked like he got fouled by Kellen Schreiber, but no call. I think the officials actually done a pretty good job here tonight. Tyler Watson long 3, no good. Trey Killens with the rebound. They head to Bryce Hill. Jeff Queen, 3-pointer left corner, no good. Trey Killens, what a tip! Wow! Trey Killens, a 6-footer from Mason, tipped that up and in.
Well, remember, Trey Killens last game had 3 rebounds, Dave, and at his height, that's a great number. I mean, that's just effort.
He doesn't look 6 foot, but I tell you what, good-looking player. And now Trey Killens knocked it away, and Bryce Hill comes away with it. Trey Killens going in for lap, reverse lap, no good. Rebound Sam Comer. Trey Killens putting a little excitement in the game for the Tiger fans. Three-pointer on the way. Tyler Watson counted. That's his third three-pointer. He's now got 15 points. 7:20 left to play. 17-point lead for the Little Giants. Trey Killens spin move goes up. He's fouled by Ed Reese Redmond. They pat each other like good. You know, Ed Reese is trying to make a good defensive play. Just got him.
No, and that's stuff you love to see. You know, you love. I think physicality is an important part of basketball, as much as sometimes you try and take it out of it. But I think that when you know that a foul was given and it wasn't with any malintent, it's really awesome when you guys can kind of dap each other up and just let everyone know it's okay.
Trey Killen hits a free throw. Avery Beaver in the lineup. And Vinny Busilla back in the lineup for Wabash. Good-looking team. Trey Killen's free throw is no good, the second one. So he's 1 for 2.
Well, Trey Killens is your second leading scorer today
Yeah,
for the
he's got
Tigers.
7 points off the bench. In fact, the leading scorers are both off the bench. Avery Beaver to Kellen Schreiber. Schreiber going to get a block called on Daniel Asher. That's going to be the 5th foul, Wittenberg.
Foul number 32, Daniel Asher. His third.
Not all fouls are created equal, Dave. I feel like it seems like the Wittenberg Tigers have gotten the brunt end of the foul calls this go around just because there's been 3-and-1 opportunities, where I feel like Wabash has been smarter with their fouls.
Now we have a foul on Trey Killens on the inbounds. So now all of a sudden that's 6 fouls on the Tigers. So both teams now, the next foul will send the other team to the foul line. Oh, wide open underneath. Well, wait a minute. What do we got? I don't know if there's a clock problem again, but Avery Beaver was wide open underneath, and they threw it to him, and he scored, but evidently it's not going to count. Or I don't know what's going on, but I don't know if there's a problem with the clock. Oh, no, they called a foul on Daniel Asher.
Foul number 32, Daniel Asher, his 4th. Team 7th.
So, wow, Daniel Asher's already picked up 4 fouls.
Kellen Schreiber at the line.
He has not even played that many minutes tonight.
Let's see here.
Daniel Asher. Or, excuse me, Kellen Schreiber to line, hits a free throw. Boy, he's had an unbelievable second half. 14 points here in the second half. First on the way, up and in. $15 points in the second half for Kellen Schreiber. Trey Killens with the basketball. Trey's going to drive. Trey shot up and in. He scores. He's fouled.
He's a very exciting young player, Dave, as you've mentioned many times, but you can see kind of a great similarity between Trey and Landon's game, the ability to kind of create contact and then power your way through it, which is amazing. Landon at least has, the size and length, and he's able to kind of contort his body. Trey is, he doesn't have the frame that Landon does, but is still able to kind of get the same results. It's very impressive for a freshman.
Off the front end on a free throw. So he's sitting at 9 points now. 6:26 to play in our ball game. 16-point lead now fouling Jeff Queen. Nobody ever thinks they foul. Jeff Queen did not like that. It kills me. If you ever watch the NBA, they'll knock a guy's arm off and they don't think they foul. It's hilarious when I watch the NBA sometimes.
Well, no, I'm sure that if you ask any one of the players on the court right now, have you ever committed a foul?
Yeah.
You'd say, unless it was intentional, no.
Jack Davison free throw up and in. He's usually money in the bank. He missed that first free throw tonight and really wasn't close. It was just off the front of the rim, didn't have much arch.
At first, Dave, what I was thinking was, a person can't be good at everything. I was thinking maybe his problem was free throws, but obviously it was just...
No, he's 4 for 5 now from the free throw line. And back to an 18-point lead for the Little Giants. We still got 6:25 left to play. Again, Wittenberg on the road Saturday at Oberlin at 3 o'clock.
One thing that's really impressing me right now just watching these two huddles is Wabash head coach is still getting into his guys, it's acting as if they're the ones down 18, which I think when you are a player and you have a coach that's passionate, even with 6.5 minutes left, up 18, probably feeling like you have the game in pretty good hand. The fact that he still wants you to keep going, keep pressing, I think is a great sign of confidence in these players, that he expects whatever you think he expects of you, push more. And I think that's a real luxury to have, especially when you have a talented team like Wabash has.
All right, for some reason I'm unable to get back on, so we're going to stick with your computer tonight. Jeff Queen, three-pointer in and out. Trey Killens knocks it around, but getting the basketball is Kellen Schreiber to Jack Davidson. You're still on, so we're in good shape. Jack Davidson with the basketball. Jack Davidson, bounce pass, Kellen Schreiber. Kellen Schreiber, nice steal from Levi Betcher. Looked like he's going to have an easy layup in front of the rim. Trey Killens, turnaround shot, no good. No call there. Kyle Brummett urging his team on. Jack Davidson almost lost control. Avery Beaver, nice pass to Monty Jones. Monty Jones scores.
It's now 15 points. Wabash is outscoring Wittenberg by here in this second half.
Tigers up 20, 78-50, or excuse me, the Little Giants up 20, 78-58.
They've already matched their first half total of 39 points,
yes,
and they still have 5 minutes left.
Landon Martin goes up for shot. He's fouled by Tyler Watson, who, again, we talked about nobody thinks ever foul. He throws his arms out like, huh? Is that on me? Landon Martin going to go to the line for two. And the players, the players on both teams are like, as you say, nobody thinks ever foul. Landon Martin. Free throw on the way, up and in.
Into the Little Giants, number 12, Edric Redmond. And for Wittenberg, number 10, Rich Young.
And I'm sure it must have been Worcester that beat Wabash in conference play, but boy, I'd like to see those two teams play again. Landon Martin misses a second free throw. Rebound, Kellen Schreiber. 5:05 left to play in our ball game.
Has Worcester traveled here yet, Dave?
No, they have not. Well, wait a minute.
I'll look
if
it up.
they did, Scott did the game. But I think the game was up at Worcester. I think the first time they played this year.
30-second timeout, Wabash.
30-second timeout, Wabash. They lead by 19, 4:51 to play, 78-59.
Oh, no, Worcester is our senior day.
Okay, so that'll be the last game of the year?
Yep, that'll be February 19th. I am just so interested to see the comparison between these two teams, because if I'm Wittenberg, I have played two. Obviously, today I don't believe it was their best game.
No.
If you look at the numbers.
They gave Worcester a really good game, even though they lost.
That's what I'm saying, though. Right now, the way that the conference is set up, you would still want to get that fourth seed, especially if Worcester can get the one, because I do not want to see this team again until the championship. If we could avoid them until that last round, because obviously I have not seen Worcester yet, so they might have 5 players who can come in and do what Wabash can do, but the fact that they have 4 players who can take over a game is, that is so hard to beat coming into an elimination game type situation.
Avery Beaver with a bounce pass to Kellen Schreiber. Schreiber making a move in the lane. Turnaround shot, no good. Rebound, Jeff Queen. Jeff Queen with the basketball. To Levi Betcher. Back to Jeff Queen. Jeff Queen, long three, going to be short. Levi Betcher, though, with a rebound. Levi goes up, and he's fouled by Kellen Schreiber. For Kellen Schreiber, that is his, let's see. That's his third foul.
His third, team 10th.
Team foul number 10. Levi Betcher to line for 2 free throws, where he is 2 for 2 tonight.
How about Amani Jones has 17 points.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Amani Jones has, it seems like we've been calling Schreiber and Watson and Davidson's name, but Amani Jones has the quietest 17 points I think I've ever seen.
Well, that's why I said, they've got 4 guys. Yeah, he's hit 7 buckets and 1 3. I said 7 2-pointers, 1 3. He's 8 field goals, 1 a 3-pointer. Levi Betcher, second free throw, up and in. So Levi, perfect 4 for 4 from the line tonight. He's got 9 points. Ed Reese Redmond with the basketball to Tyler Watson. Tyler Watson back to Ed Reese Redmond. Bounce pass, Amani Jones. Turnaround shot, 16-footer from baseline, no good, but Kellen Schreiber with a nice rebound up and in.
He's just a really good player.
He's 22 points now in the ball game.
You ready for this stat? Kellen Schreiber and Amani Jones combined now are a 17 of 20.
Wow.
So,
gee, many Christmas.
When you can have that sort of efficiency from the low post area.
He just picked up foul number 4, though.
Wabash foul number 11, Kellen Schreiber, his 4th. Team 10th.
Coming in the lineup, Jesse Hall for Kellen Schreiber. Kellen Schreiber, he especially never thinks he fouls. It's pretty funny.
Well,
shot put up, no good.
When I was walking back up to the booth, Dave, I saw Kellen and the refs having a little bit of a conference, and he was putting his hands up. So, I think he was really trying to understand, what exactly he was doing wrong, and it seems like he still doesn't see it.
Yeah, he talked to the officials for a long time early in the first half. 80-62. But boy, what an offensive player he is. Well, like I say, all these, Amani Jones, Kellen Schreiber, Jack Davidson, Tyler Watson, boy, they're, as they call them, the Fantastic Four. Shot put up no good by Amani Jones, but he is fouled by Ridge Young. Amani Jones going to go to the line for 2 with 3.5 minutes to play.
His first, team 9th.
Team foul number 9 on the Tigers. Amani Jones, first trip the foul line tonight. Free throw, up and in, nothing but net though.
If the Tigers do meet this Little Giants team again, Dave, I think it's just going to be so important for Coach Croce and this staff to find some sort of defense to throw at them that they've never seen before.
Well, you can imagine,
the
conference tournament's probably going to be either at, Worcester or Wabash. Landon Martin with a nice layup off a good assist by Levi Betcher. Pass intended in the corner for Avery Beaver, knocked out of bounds. 3:10 left to play. Go ahead.
Personally rooting for Worcester. It's a shorter drive for me.
Pass underneath. Jesse Hall has it stolen away, but goes out of bounds. It'll be Wabash basketball.
Out of bounds possession of Wabash.
3:06 to play in the ball game. 82-64. This game was close in the first half. Wittenberg had a couple early leads, but every time they take a lead, Wabash would come back and regain the lead within usually about 15-20 seconds. Tyler Watson with the basketball. Long 3, count it. Tyler Watson with his counted 4-3 tonight. So he's at 18 points. Jeff Queen the other way, no good. Wittenberg down 21, their biggest deficit. Coming in the lineup for Wittenberg, Cooper Lewis from Indianapolis. Coming in the lineup, number 25, Champ McCorkle. Also number 31, Styles McCorkle. Also number 34, Jack Hagwood.
Also number 4, Turner Royal.
Number 0.
They're emptying the bench now. Caden Beatty in the lineup, also Turner Royal.
Yep.
That's why I messed my computer right now. All right. 85-64, 2:44. Inbound. Jeff Queen with the basketball. Jeff Queen. Bounce pass back out to Bryce Hill. Cooper Lewis, 3 from right corner, no good. Short off the side of the rim. 3-pointer launched, no good by Styles McCorkle. Caden Beatty with the basketball.
My favorite thing, Dave, is when the bench is clear, because you know that every time these guys touch the ball, it is flying out of their hands because they don't get many shot opportunities and they want to show what they can do.
Jack Hagwood just put up a 3, no good. Yeah, you're right. They want to get in the scoring column. And it's kind of hard to blame them.
Absolutely. No, I would want to take advantage of my opportunities as well.
Javen Landers is fouled for Wittenberg. Now the 6'4 sophomore from Antwerp's going to go to the line for his chance to get on the board tonight.
Cooper Lewis at the line for 2 shots.
Oh, I'm sorry, make that Cooper Lewis got fouled. Junior from Indianapolis. Free throw, up and in. It's Cooper, nothing but net on that one.
For the Tigers, number 33, Brody Lee. And number 45.
Also in for Brody Lee and for, or is that Brody Lee? It must be pronounced. And Garrett White in the lineup for Tigers. Cooper Lewis hits them both.
Finding consistency is what we talked about last week, Dave. And I mean, you want to talk about
Brody Lee in there.
same ending, completely different feeling. Both times Tigers have cleared their benches, but this time it's the opposite when you're down and are just trying to get people. So Tigers just need to find some consistency, and I have faith in Coach Croce and the staff, but what a game from Wabash.
Styles McCorkle, by the way, scored a bucket for Wabash. In the corner, three-pointer on the way. No good. That shot put up by number 31, Styles McCorkle. Tigers with the basketball. Cameron Harrison puts up a three, no good. Rebound, ball thrown away. Thrown away by the Tigers. Give the ball back. Wabash with 1:06 left to play. Wabash on top by 21. In the lineup for Wabash, Reese Thomas and Brennan Boser. I think they pretty much emptied the lineup tonight. Caden Beatty with the basketball, has it stolen away. Back to the Tigers. Three-pointer up on the way, up and in. Cooper Lewis.
Coop's corner, baby. Coop's corner.
Tigers down 18 with 43 seconds to play. Drive, shot put up. Jack Hagwood couldn't get that one to fall. Or excuse me, that was Brennan Boser. Excuse me, that's Brennan Boser put that shot up. Long three, Cooper Lewis, no good. Hits high off the stanchion up there, so give the ball back to Wabash. We're wild on twos, 22.2 left to play in our game. Kind of like a ball game. 2 on, 2 out. Number 22 at bat, number 22 pitching.
Can't wait for baseball season to start
I love
up,
baseball.
Dave.
I love baseball. Okay, Wabash just going to dribble it out. Your final score tonight going to be Wabash 87 and Wittenberg 69. So Tigers are only down 5 at the break, but Wabash really comes out here in the second half, and especially number 11, Kellen Schreiber. What a second half he had. But 87-69.
Wittenberg 69.
Absolutely no, Dave. Do you want me to go through the scores?
Yeah, go ahead and go through all the scores.
All right.
For both teams.
For both teams, you have Garrett White, Brody Lee, Daniel Asher, Javen Landers, Cameron Harrison for the Tigers with minutes but no scoring. Trey Johnson with 2, Bryce Hill with 3, Cooper Lewis with 5, Ridge Young with 5, Josh Tolliver with 5, Harrison Goff with 6, Jeff Queen with 7, Levi Betcher and Trey Killens with 9, and Landon Martin led the way for your Tigers with 18 points. As for the Little Giants, you had Brennan Bowser, Jack Hegwood, Champ McCordle, Avery Beaver, Reese Thomas, Turner Royal, Vinny Busella, Caden Beatty, Styles McCorkle. Oh, Caden Beatty was the last with 0 points. You got Styles McCorkle, Edris Redmond with 2 points each, Sam Cormer with 4, Jesse Hall, the freshman, with 6, Jack Davidson, the guard, with 14, Tyler Watson with 18, Amani Jones with 19, and Kellen Schreiber with 22. So as Dave coined them, the Fantastic Four all finish with above 14 points, which will win you a lot of games in this level of basketball.
And do you have the team numbers there, Sam?
Team numbers, yes, sir. You got Field goal percentage for Wittenberg was at 40% compared to 53% for the Little
Wow.
Giants.
They just shoot the lights out.
Amazing. 3-point field goal percentage, 40% for Wabash compared to 23 for Wittenberg. Free throw percentage was pretty even, 75 for Wittenberg, 78 for Wabash. 8 turnovers compared to 7 in favor of Wabash. Points off turnovers, 12 compared to the 7. Wabash won that as well. Total rebounds, Wabash won by a total of 9. Offensive rebounding pretty even. Assists, major difference there, Dave. 14 assists for Wabash compared to 5 for the Tigers. Blocks, Tigers win that by 4.